Hello YouTube and what's going on? Sven here with another Let's Play of Penumbra Overture. It's a horror game by Frictional, which is really popular for Amnesia, The Dark Descent, and Soma. And I have played none of those games. I haven't played any of them at all. So I'm going to go through now, and this is going to be a side series. Right now I'm going to be doing the Minecraft story modes, I'm going to be doing the Telltale games. I'm probably going to go through with like Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead and stuff like that. And do those as daily videos, and try to do the Frictional games in another set of daily episodes. And then I'm going to have whatever new game comes out right now, Dark Souls 3. That's my third. So ideally, it's 3 videos a day is what I'm going for. So, anyway, without waiting any longer, I'm going to just jump right in. We'll do normal. My story began in February, year 2000.
For my part in this allegory, I'm not going to make the same mistakes my father made. Howard vanished from my mother's life before I was even in it, so when he sent me a letter a few days after Mum's funeral, it was the first I'd ever heard from him. Pity he was dead. Writing from beyond the grave must be a genetic habit in my bloodline. His letter contained a key, instructions, pleas for forgiveness. I figured the dead don't have much use for absolution, so I turned to his prophetic passing, which he inexplicably expected to come any day. Clearly averse to explanations, my father preferred to leave directions to a bank on Mayfair I'd never even heard of. In that bank was a safety deposit box in his name, and myself as executor. Of course, I went, as he knew I would. I discovered that despite the evidence, he'd been legally declared dead almost 30 years ago, and so the old book and collection of notes I found had, in the eyes of the law, been mine all this time. My father's instructions were to burn the documents, raise no further questions. But that was his error. No man's immune to the shameful trappings of curiosity, and my humanity got the better of me. The university I taught at was world-renowned for 2 things: physics and linguistics. I represented the first, and the man who stood for the second was stumped by my recent acquisition. The book was indecipherable. The notes, however, showed a location somewhere in uninhabited northern Greenland. It took me almost a year to book the last flight I'd ever take. As I watched civilization disappear along with Heathrow, I realised my father had disappeared 3 decades ago, almost to the day, and I considered in turn what it was that I was leaving behind. We landed on a strip of ice a few feet wide, and within minutes I was pulling away on a chartered boat, beginning the 12-hour journey that would lead me into my past.
Quite the poetic intro. Maybe not poetic, but here we are. Alcohol already. Jack Daniels. Finally, we're almost docked. I better stow my gear. I may be far from home, but chances are I can still pick things up using left mouse, and I can take a closer look at things using right mouse. Shit! Okay. God damn it. I'm certain this map's a good decade or so out of date, but landmarks don't change much in Greenland, so I've got plenty of a decent idea on where I'm headed. Always a good idea to have a notebook and key to jot down some interesting information and reminders of the key. I think I left my torch in the desk drawer next to the bed. It can be opened using the left mouse on it, holding it down and moving the mouse. Flashlight switches on and okay, I thought it was a torch. Flashlight switches on and off the inventory tab, or hopefully with the shortcut key F. Now there's still, where's that emergency glue stick? Should still be in the locker. Okay, F key does work. Okay, chest. Yeah. Hey! Man, I'm an alcoholic. What's this? Dearest Eric, Hey, that's actually my name. Just a quick note before you set sail and leave me once again. I've left you a little something to remember me by in the chest at the foot of your bed. Really? Okay. I really don't know why you still only have one bed on board. Taking shifts because of it is no way to get your rest. But what does a fisherman's wife know of life at sea? I'll be praying every night for you to make the catch you need so that you can come home to me safely, and soon. Please don't be gone for 5 weeks like last time. I know I might nag sometimes, but I do love you, you know. I washed those overalls of yours. I know you'll get them covered in assorted fish parts in no time, but I still feel better knowing they've had a wash. Before I forget, the Henriksons in the village have asked me to see if you'll be coming by any trout, but I said they were mostly out of season. If you do happen upon any, don't say anything. Stow them well in the ice, and I'll do something special with them to celebrate when you come home to me. The ship's captain deserves a little special treatment once in a while. Take care, my love. Alright. Take this with me. I'm gonna take that with me. Keys. Oh, I need... Oh, batteries. Flashlight. Glow stick. Put the duffel bag. That should be everything I need to get going. As I stepped off the boat, setting out into the blizzard that had formed around me, I realized how utterly devoted I had been to the discovery of my father's past. I had no idea what to expect. Soon enough, my concerns were justified. I don't know whether I lost my orientation or my spirit first, but I lost feeling in my extremities soon after, and knew hypothermia was setting in. I started looking for shelter. That should be everything. It's so cold, don't know where I am, need shelter soon. My entire head went numb a long time ago, but I can still hear the wind roaring past, or is that some kind of animal in the distance? What the hell is that? I don't care, I need shelter. Looks frozen shut, need something to break it in. Do. I need in. I'm freezing. Fine solid must break ice. Something. Aha. And yes, open. So I made it out of the blizzard, but there was some weird groaning sound in the wind. Oh, let's just say something about it. Sounds like I fell. Oh shit, what the hell's that? Jesus, my head, I can't believe I fell that far and survived. Although looking around, maybe I didn't. What is this place? I don't know, that's not that bad of a fall. definitely her. Steel rod. It's stuck. There must be something in the way. Flare, hammer. Let's see, I can swing the hammer if I hold the left mouse button. I can make a backswing by pulling the mouse right, and then follow through by pushing left. The opposite works too, pulling back, then what? Alright, I'm gonna try that. I wasn't entirely sure. Okay. Okay. Kinda get it. So I can use that to break shit. Like this? Aha! Out of the way. Yeah. Progress. What the hell was that? This looks like some kind of industrial mechanism, although there's a hole in the center and no way to operate it. Out of the way, barrel. Oops. There. Is that a note? There is a note. Emergency exit. Oh. Never mind. Anything in here? Another flare. Jesus. Hell. I don't know. I forgot about that. The hatch is nearly solid. It won't open by hand. Something obviously wanted to keep people out. No way to operate it. Well, there's no way to operate it. Oh, wait. Yes, there is. Aha! Whatever I was descending into, it was 100 feet below the ground, protected by two solid metal hatches located in a remote Arctic wilderness and buried beneath the snow. I didn't know what to expect, but it made me feel something I hadn't felt since I was a child. I'd never given it much thought before, but I realized that our entire society is a network of safety nets. Emergency services at the end of the phone line, health and safety in the workplace, friends, family, lovers, all there. If something goes wrong. Part of a carefully designed structure to prevent all but the most mundane of emotions. Once again, I felt like I did when I was in school, surrounded by a closing ring of older kids, knowing anyone that might help me. Friends, parents, teachers, were too scared or too far away. Trying not to use up my flashlight, but I don't know how well. There could be anything living down here. Heroics are for Hollywood actors and fairy tales. I'm not taking any chances. If I face off against anything down here, I won't last a second. Caution and stealth are my only defense now. If anyone or anything hears me, I'd be best off staying low and out of sight until I know whether or not it's a threat. Crouch by pressing left control will give me the chance to hide in the shadows. I know I've got it right because of the blue tint in my vision, plus I should be quiet enough that I won't be heard unless something's right on top of me. Better remember to shut off any light sources, though. So I have to just stay crouched. Explosives. Workshop. I guess I'll go to the workshop. Seems like there's lots of hiding places here. I don't like that. Storage room. Where do I even go first? Go to the office first, why not? Rummage through. What's this? Beef jerky. I got food. That's there. Rotting wooden shelves must be the added moisture from that grate. This whole room is putrefying. It's locked. I need a key, but there's another flare. Painkillers. What the hell? More beef jerky. So I need to find a key. Okay. 15th of August, 1945. Command Bunker Emergency Airstrip Zulu Weekly Report. Another unremarkable week in Greenland. Regular supply shipment received. Standard emergency drills carried out. Routine runaway maintenance completed. I have ordered maintenance to be carried out twice weekly from here on in due to increased snowfall. 1 wounded. The 1 wounded figure is no cause for concern. Back in London, the Germans haven't extended their front line by 4,000 miles. 2 of my men were caught manufacturing cherry bombs in our workshop/armory and succeeded in blowing off a couple fingers. I take partial responsibility for this in that I allowed them access to the demolitions manual we keep in the storage room, and I'm sure that's where they learnt the ingredients. As a precautionary measure, I have now locked up that manual in the chest in my office and will keep the key on my person at all times. Needless to say, both men have been disciplined and the injured man has been sent home for medical care. I cannot help but think that a more suitable punishment would have been for him to stay out here, but the matter is out of my hands. This base is so disconnected sometimes. I feel as if this war could end and we might not even hear about it out here. Supplies requisition order, dynamite, 7 bayonets, ice pick. For removing that damn ice that forms on the external hatch. 1 pair of reading glasses. Reconditioning the mine continues to progress. The structure is being fortified from potential bomb damage, and excavation of previously caved-in areas is going ahead. 1 point of curiosity is some kind of archaeological find, an artifact buried in the earth and discovered by one of the work teams. Later this evening, after marshal duty, I shall take a closer look at the artifact. It appears to be man-made and may have working parts inside. I shall remove what looks like the front cover and see if I can't discover the source of light which constantly emanates from it. Chief NCO Major. Alright, so he has the key. Whoa. Oh, that's the artifact. A man, an old man, clutching something unseen. He is strange, and yet he is no stranger. Never seen before. Still, I know this man before me is Howard. I call him Father. What the hell? So this is the artifact. I think I'll take that with me. Oh. I may never get used to that. But that's a creepy ass sound. One more time. Oh, Jesus. That actually really scared me. That's my freaking alarm to wake up on the weekends. Oh, hey, he's got the key. Oh, okay, I've already been reading, like, past load. Out of the way, chair. More batteries. This music is creepy. Oops. Oh, no, no. The big book of explosives. Baxtrin, black gunpowder, and string, preferably cotton. Okay, I'll keep this. I'll remember that. Remember the explosives. Can I open it? Oh, okay. I'll just remember that. So if I ever find any like thing, I got Baxtrin, string, and the black fuse or something. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it here at this episode. So far, I'm actually really enjoying it, and I will see you guys in the next episode.